Hey there, this is JD Garman coming at you post video. This is a unedited footage of me modeling a New 52 Batman model. Now, the audio does not come in officially until the 4-minute mark. I do apologize, but with that, I hope you enjoy. Alright. I guess I don't need that. Actually, no, I should keep that. Give it just a little more depth. There we go. Give him a bat bulge. God, I'm such a child. I think the badass looks fine as is. I could probably give him a bit more cake if I really need to. Yeah, I probably should. So let me... Well, hang on now, because if... Yeah, I think just... Yeah, because this goes in. Yeah. Cylinder time. Big meaty thighs. Good, yeah, good God, why are his thighs so thick? Look at them. Home dog does not skip leg day. quickly, I'm looking this up. Does Batman have a thigh gap? Where's my comics? Here they are. I don't think he does. I guess the best one to look at would be... Oh, wait. Yeah, man does not have a thigh gap. Alright. So if I made it proper here, then I guess I should probably just do this. Nope, I don't know what I did there. Should keep it like that. It's gonna look wonky as hell. You know what? Change of plan. What if instead I... do that? Maybe... I'm gonna slim him up a bit. Because them Bat Thunder thighs, dude. Holy. Do I give him the Trish treatment? Actually, wait, let me... Let me check Trish really quick. How did I do her thighs? Okay, so they were naturally at an angle. Alright, so let's do that then. That. Yeah, that seems right. And then we can now... No. There we go. That looks better. Well, no, if his thighs are... I'll move him up to about, say, here. Are his thighs... I guess winding him out wouldn't be a bad thing. There we go. Maybe like that. Well, his heel is touching the floor, so that's all I need, really. I usually don't give him knees. So, go to the halfway point right here. Well, if his... heel touch here. I guess I could get away with making this whole thing the boot. So if that's the case, then cutoff points here. Then I can add in shoes in a minute here. First, what I have to do is loop here. I guess I could do that. There we go. Now it's sort of... Yeah, there we go. Pull it back here. Yeah. Maybe I can even pull that back a smidge. There we go. So it's a little more flush. He still has the badass, so that's fine at least. We're looking at 44 faces already. Sweet. We got a lot more playroom then. Let's get rid of it. But I want to dissolve the edge without getting rid of the non-gon. Oh. Cool. Let's look at that action figure again. Right there. I wish his hands weren't there. Sir? What? There's gotta be something. Probably not this one, because this one's all about, Gordon. Spoilers. If I even put this in here. There's Smiling Batman. Oh, is this epilogue? This is epilogue. Oh, Endgame. Because I know that there's a lot of... Hello, Jonkler. Oh, I thought I had something. Not that. Oh, God, I forgot. I'm gonna have to do a cape, too. Nope, doesn't look like in here. What about... Nah, probably not Graveyard Shift. I'd rather not use 0 year because this isn't the current Batman look. Oh, no, it is. Cool. I like 0 year. Then again, I'm super biased towards the Riddler. Yeah, the only thing that's different between this Batman and that one is that he has purple gloves. Actually, he looks more like Bob Kane's looks like Bob Kane's Batman a lot. Oh, is that a good image? So it does look like he widens out a bit. I also have that front view of him too, but it's hard for me to decide who my favorite is in this Batman, or my favorite villain in this, because, or at least in the New 52, because I'm a real big sucker for this Joker with his uh freaking face taken off and worn as a mask. I know it's like super edgy, but it's so cool looking. Like that was the reason why I even got into this. Wait, shit. God, I still remember getting into this. Like, no, it doesn't look like year one. What about the actual beginning of year one? If not, then Death of the Family might. No, I distinctly remember when I got into this specific. Oh, oh. Cannot believe this is an actual image I might be using. Looks like it's in... Which issue is this? So it's one of the ones towards the end. Yes, it's volume 4, but which one specifically? I know, I distinctly remember getting into this franchise way back in 2017. There was a art event where there was a bunch of installations and big art pieces that were around the city that my school at the time, my tech center, went to. And at the end, we went to this comic store, you know, a whole bunch of nerd stuff, like D&D, comics, manga, that sort of thing. A lot more heavy on the comics than the actual D&D stuff. But I distinctly remember going there, and the first thing I saw going in, or I saw, just like in general, was I got it right here. Yeah. Uh, Batman: The New 52, Volume 3, Death of the Family. I saw well, I guess I should preface this by saying that I've heard of Death in the Family, the original one where Jason Todd, I think it was, yeah, because he turns the Red Hood. Jason Todd died, and I thought, oh wow, that's pretty dark. I actually kind of want to see it. And then I see Death of the Family, and I think to myself, wait a minute, that's not the right name. I pull it out, flip it around, lo and behold, I see this creepy ass Joker face. Like he's hiding behind his own face, like a skin thingy. I was like, what the heck is going on here? And so for the whole bus ride back, because it was about like a um, maybe 1 to 2 hour bus ride back, I was reading this comic, not fully. I didn't complete until like when I was actually in college. That's a different story though. I was just really enamored with how screwed up and twisted Joker really was in this. And that's honestly my kind of Joker's when he's taken to this insane degree where he actually has no rhyme or reason. Oh yeah, and also Batman on the horse with Joker saying bravo, priceless, absolutely priceless. Uh, no, let's see here. Okay, so it looks like actually wait, don't I have that? Yeah. And even then, if I go into the wireframe mode, yeah, it definitely looks like he does widen out. So let's right here. About here. Oop. Yeah, that looks right. Maybe right here. Ooh. Ooh. There we go. Nope. Nope. Oh, here comes the tricky part. So I need to... Not that. Well, I guess I could do it like this. And then... Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Actually, I think after the... what the hell's this noise I'm making? I think after this... Wait a second. Please tell me. Okay. That could have been so much worse later. You know, I think this might actually be one of my better models already, just by sheer, nope. There we go. Now, I think after this, I might actually cop Batman and Robin, because that has, that's, the New 52 with Damian, and it has, what's it called? Some more of the creepy Jonkler that I really like. And also, I just like the New 52, honestly. At this point, like, I've been collecting New 52 since 2017, and the latest one that I got on hand in terms of the 52 is Batman Last Night on Earth. I haven't read it yet, because I still need to read up on volume number 8, the Super Heavy, and it's been a bit of a slog, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not, like, I like the concept of Gordon being the Batman now, but no, what really caught my eye not too long ago was the Batman Arkham Asylum book, because that one really, because I'm a big fan. That's, I guess, where I should start. That's where I found my love for Batman, was the Arkham series. I'm pretty sure that's where a lot of people got really like introduced to Batman as a whole, or at least really got into the mythos of the Dark Knight. I know that's at least my origin point, and now since then, I've known about Batman. You know, I watched the Batman Forever. I've watched Batman and Robin. I watched a little bit of the Dark Knight Rises, but then again, the pencil scene. Hate that scene. It didn't push me away from Batman as a whole, but it definitely was like it definitely dampened my experience a smidge, but not enough to like hate. I would say it was probably my awakening to liking the Joker a little more on the crazy side, a little more fruity, if you will. Actually, speaking of that, I just heard recently that there was what was it? Was it Earth One? I'm looking this up really quickly. I'm getting sidetracked, but I think it's nice to do. Yes. Yeah. It was Earth One. Batman Earth One. I feel bad for it, because I don't know if they ever finished it or not. I just know that there was like 2 volumes, where one's about the Riddler, one's about Killer Croc. Killer Croc turns into an ally of the Bat family, but then they just had this really cool looking Joker, like this really twisted smile, really balding, the nice purple suit, an upside down peace pin. Just looked really nice. And then what came over the horizon? The Dark Knight Rises with Heath Ledger. I'm not gonna diss Heath Ledger. Far from it. That was a great performance. I'm just a little sad we never got more Earth 1 Joker. But then again, this is based off of not knowing if they ever completed Earth 1. Actually, did they complete Batman Earth 1? Oh, it's been completed. Well, what's Batman Earth 1? What's Volume 3 then? Or what does Volume 3... Yeah, adds Riddler and the Catwoman, so they never did, because Volume 4 was supposed to be with the Jonkler. uh... Oh, that's a shame. I should get Batman Earth 1. That might be next on my hit list after I get the Batman and Robin thing. Alright, that's enough dilly-dallying. Let's add this neck. Cylinder. His neck doesn't really need to be, like... I guess, like, right here. God, it looks so weird. Maybe adding the head will help out a bit. Let's start working on that, actually. Maybe I might... Yeah, I think I'm gonna work on the head separately for now. Let's also rename these, so... There we go, Batman. Hide this key for a second. Neck. Unhide this. Edit. Shrink it up. I'm Batman. Justice. For Gotham. I am vengeance. I am the knight. I'm gonna be quoting Batman this whole time, actually. I should get a drink of water in my system. There we go. That's better. Yeah, since he's symmetrical, I can get rid of the... Maybe I should go wireframe mode for this. There we go. There we go. X view. So we can get that view. So where is his chin exactly? So his chin's right there. Chin right there. Top of the head right there. So let me make that the top of his head right now. Turn it. Oh, this one's all out of whack. Hello? It's probably on base. There we go. That's better. Okay. Back to this here. So if we go down here, like that, like that. I'll probably add a bit more depth because this is Batman's face we're talking about here. Like I know for a fact. So if his head slopes like this, do I have his? Let's grab that as well, just so that way I can. There. So if right here is his nose, here's the Simon fucking Cowell. Right there. I'm gonna hate myself for that later. Not the cowl joke, this right here. Faces. Faces again. Yep, already regretting it. That's actually, I could probably magnetize it. Well, how far back does his mouth go? Because if I can... Okay. Yeah, let me do this. Like so. The cowl goes up to here and then drops down to about here. Alfred, I have a headache. Fetch me the bat vitamins. But Master Bruce, you've already had your vitamins. I don't care, I need more. I have a headache. The only thing that can cure a... Crap, what did he say? The only thing that can cure a... The only thing that could defeat a cold, that's what it was. From the animated series. Yeah, I think I'm still just going to give him a little more depth in the... in that department, since it is Batman. His face, his cowl is the most iconic part, so I should probably give him more with it. Here... Oh, I just love a good contradiction. Okay, we'll have to find a nice, clean middle ground here. I could keep him kind of blocky. Let me add... Here's that, first of all. Alfred. There seems to be a problem with the Bat computer. There we go. Get rid of those vertices there. Because his cowl is going to... Simon! Because his, oh god, I need to stop myself. Because his cowl is going to be, like, completely black as is. Or, not completely, but, like, mostly. I could probably get away with a lot of stuff here. Maybe I... Well, no, that's... Hang on, let me see. Let me take a look at this other version. Okay, so it looks like it's... He's just at an angle here, so... Do I... Yeah, for simplicity's sake, I might just... There we go. Work on this one instead. Let's start from scratch. No harm in... Actually, let me do this instead. Let me keep that one, push it off to the side. Cube. do that. Because he's looking more head on, applied directly to the forehead here. If I do... Let's get the basic shape out first. Where is his neck? His neck's right there. Maybe I should lower it to where I'm at level with... There we go. There we go. So now I can... Yeah, because now it's just about right. Maybe lower it a bit more, yeah, so that way we can hide some of the geo right there. Because right off the bat, we've got this little section that needs to be maybe I just extend this out now, just so that way I have it kind of made. Here we go. It's getting there. There we go. Now we can cleanly cut this part off. Add a bit right here because his jaw does seem to angle up like that. Let's add a mirror so that way we can have that for later. Slight angle because it does have that very like sharpened edge. Actually, does it? No, his head doesn't. Well, I can do this then instead. Haha. Actually, if I'm doing that, then let's get rid of this. Let's try to pull it back here. Yep, there we go. There we go. That's much better. Also, I do apologize if you hear my roommates in the background. They're in the midst of a D&D campaign. I like D&D. I'm on a hiatus right now, personally, because, like, I was in way too many. They all didn't seem to mind, so I'm just taking a small break. Whatever they do with my characters, I will entrust. I told them I'd be back, but just, I need some time away from it. Just too much. I want to work on all these cool, fun projects I'm really liking, like this. Actually, maybe for once I try to figure out how to... Because I'm going to probably pinch this off here. No. Because this is the brow. Maybe I do that. Now hang on, actually, because I need to add the... how would I do this? How do I add the little thingies? Let's start with a cube. So I gotta get the shape right. How does that look? It's too... Okay, well I think first of all, he's a little too leg. Not enough torso. I might elongate the torso out a bit. And then, secondly, no, see, it has to be right here. There we go. Look at it from a top-down perspective, and then we'll just do that. There we go. It's not... It's not exact, but we make do. I may not be a country gal, but I make do. What is wrong with me? So... Yeah, I think I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to say sod it to this seam right here. Dissolve the edge. Give him that instead. Because his head's very rectangular. I might be able to get away with just that. But I can't get away with that god-awful neckline. Okay, let's try to eliminate some of that. There we go. And then I can go to this angle. Okay. What if happens if I do that? No, it needs to be more like that. He's definitely angular. Let me make that flush. Hmm. There we go. And then I could even... Actually, hang on. Let me... Okay, now he just... Well, hang on. Does this cowl do that normally? Time to break out the books again. Because, actually, I think Court of the Owls might be the play here. Or City of Owls might be the... City and or Court. Let's go with City first, because I think City might be the play here. Because that's where I got the original image, and the back image shows that his cowl does kind of... Or his neck does kind of warp into his neck. There's one crazy image of Bruce I remember distinctly. Oh, okay. Yep, yep. His neck does sort of blob out. He has such a muscular chin that it kind of like bleeds into his neck. Or his neck kind of bleeds into the jawline in a front perspective. So yeah, I'm doing it right. Hang on, I gotta listen to this thing really quickly. Awesome. And then I could probably get away with getting his neck even thicker in the front view. Because, again, his neck sort of, like, really meshes well into his neck. I guess I should also add this for additional depth, like I did with Alice's neck. You can kind of see it in Alice's neck, specifically in, I think it's from the start, and you can kind of see it as well in the newest Really Real News. All right, let's see here. Got the perspective. I think I got this all nailed down. If anything, I might just push out. I might just push this out a bit more to give it more Batman depth. Because I've got, what is it? So my rule of thumb here is, yeah, if I double the faces, he's currently sitting at 212 faces. So I can probably get away with a bit more if I really wanted to. That said, though, it's time to work on his arms, which thankfully is not that big of a problem. Nope. The only issue I can see having now is trying to find where his... Okay, so I'm gonna have to do like that, basically. We top down you. Actually, I might yeah, let's go with his big meaty thigh instead, specifically right here. Nope. Yep. Nope. We do not want the knife tool. Unless I want to strangulate something. I don't like the knife tool. That's just a me thing. If you find use out of the knife tool, more power to you, man. I just cannot handle it. I don't want to make his hands too skinny, though. But they can't be as big as his thighs, so I gotta find a nice, like, in-between. About here? Because I know his arm's gonna go about here. And then to about here. I'm gonna have to also add the arm guards too, which will be fun. In a good way, in a good way. Yeah, I think that's good. Don't forget to save. Saving is the most important thing. It will save your sanity if, let's say, the power goes out. Or if you try to render something and it just so happens to say, sorry, we're just gonna crash. This is speaking from personal experience. I cannot vouch enough how important it is to save your progress. I don't know if I've said it in the thing or not, but save. I don't care what you're doing. Stop right now. Save. I don't care if you're playing a game. I don't care if you're, I don't know. I don't care if you're modeling. I don't care if you're playing a game. I don't even care if you're writing a Google Doc or even just like walking around. Make sure to save your damn progress right now. Otherwise, you're going to regret it later. A message from someone who has unfortunately dealt with saving issues in the past. Okay, here comes the hard part, figuring out arms. So, the only thing I have learned from anatomy based off of my own personal body is that the arm, when in flat positioning like this, let me get like that, the elbow crease usually goes to about right underneath your ribs. And then your wrist, well, your hand specifically goes all the way down to mid-thigh. So I need to shrink. Well, actually, first I need to do that. Shrink up that by, what did I do? Negative 0.03? Let's do that. Negative 0.03. Oh no, that's scale. Negative 0.03. Nope. It's positive. Let's add an additional 0.3 onto that. There we go. Because now that is basically the length of your arm. Maybe I should bulk up his shoulders a bit. Specifically right here, these should be bulked up. There we go. So it kind of meshes a bit better with his, yeah. Yeah. Let me look at them boots here. Well, I got two options here. I can either A, make the boots a texture, or I could be cool and actually make the boots. I'm going to attempt to be cool. Oop. By working on this one alone, and if... Hello, knife tool. My least favorite item. We're gonna work with you today. So let's see here. If this is the top of the knee, right here, yeah? So we're gonna insert an incision right here. Gonna go down right here and around. Gonna try to replicate the other side, like so. Adjust accordingly. Actually, instead, what I could do potentially is, can I make an insertion? Yes, I can. Okay, so what I can do now here instead is delete that. Delete this. Delete that. We can add a mirror right there. Bring it in together. Like that. Extrude out. That's what I thought. Okay, so we're going to... that... here... We're actually gonna now apply gonna snap that. There we go. We've made the beginnings of the boot. So now what we can do is Control J, delete that face, shrink it in a bit, pull you back here, but first we gotta cap off the tops. Actually, what I could do instead, if I really want to be that sort of technical... Actually, no, I don't want to be. This will be brought up probably in the video. Actually, I might make a point of it right now to myself. Non-gons... Oh, non-gons. Non-gons are fine if they're on a flat surface. That's what I've been told. And this is a flat surface, so I win. Ha. Ha. Alright, so we got his legs, his neck, his head, his arms for the most part. I needed also... yeah, let's Shift D, enter P selection. Do this. We're gonna remove that. We're going to do that. Does he have the little wing thingies on his? Yeah, he does have the arm guard pieces. Okay, actually, looking at this angle... Here, let me... There. Do this. So it looks like his whole arm is this guard piece here. If I can get the angle right, I should be able to figure out. There. Now if I look at it from this angle, because if he's doing this, so then this is considered the tippity tip top. Let's just use that as a base for now. Did you save yet? You better. If you didn't, I'm gonna be sad. Batman will be... If you did not save, Batman will disapprove of you. um, what could I do with here? Because these guard pieces are... I guess what I could do is just get a plane here. Because we don't know necessarily, or at least I don't know necessarily how thick these things are. They seem pretty thin, if you ask me. Distance. Because again, the big thing here is... Well, I guess I can get away with some depth here. Because this is... We are looking at a mighty 606 polys at the moment. So let's see here. I know these need to be sharpened. So does this part. There we go. I think that'll work. Plus with it being like that, actually speaking of, thank you, me, for seeing this. You can hang on. Wait a second. We can delete these faces here. No, we can't. Those faces are vital. This can be capped. We can Alt-H this to cap that off. There. And now we just... There we go. Now we got those. Maybe I could bulk them up a bit more too, because this is harking to the Mega Man aesthetic, which does kind of blocky out. Not blocky out, they definitely bulk a bit with their feet and their arms. So I could probably get away with this. Not too much though. There we go. No, we do not want the knife. For the last time. For the last time, we did not order a giant trampoline. You know, pal, you should have told me that before I put it up. Bonus points. I don't even know if this will make the video, but bonus points to anyone who knows where that's from. You earned my respect if you know that quote. Alright, so with the bat forearms, I should probably add the utility belt actually. So do that. S, Shift Z, pull that out. For now, it's not going to be one-to-one, but we can make it. We can make it a bit closer by doing that. And a little bit of this. Well, actually, I think that'll work actually for now. Whoa. Two people I know are playing Gary's mod. That's crazy. In this year? In this economy? Let's see here. Yeah, so he needs to probably bulk up a bit, so we're gonna just... There we go. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. He's looking nice now. How long have I been doing this for? This is about 90 minutes worth of progress. I'm not expecting you guys to be at this proficiency. Hell, you guys might be even faster than me. This is just... oh no. Oh no. So let me... This is one thing I didn't want to do. So we're gonna... Shift S. Selection to cursor keep offset. Oh boy. Oh boy. Shift S, cursor to selection. So origin 0. We'll just lower that down a smidge. As long as its head's like right there. Yeah, there we go, that's better. That's more like it. Save again. Did you save? You better save. Is it getting annoying? Yeah. But is it important? Also, yeah. Uh, Actually, I might go a little silly here and make them thicker. Because although this is Greg Capullo's design for the goddamn Batman, I want to add my own little Mega Man twist to it. Oh boy. Time for the worst part of making any model, in my opinion, the hands. There's two ways I could go about this. I could either A, not, because, okay, so for context, I have, what I've done in the past is just grabbed the only character with hands that I made. Here, I'll just bring it up because is this still recording? Yeah, it is. So I have Jaws' hands. Let me back out of this. Control V. Oh shit. Hang on. Let me P by selection. So we have little Jazza right here. Jazza's hand. And what I usually do... Hang on, let me... What I usually do is just line it up, scale it accordingly, and then bam, hand done. Obviously, this isn't perfect. Because that's a big, bulky hand, and his hand's, like, down to there. Well, actually, if I pull it in, like, right here... Pull it in a smidge, bam. In theory, this can work. But because I'm feeling kind of funky, and just for you guys, I'm making a new hand. So with that in mind, we're actually going to, because we're making this a bit more on the exaggerated side, because we're following the Mega Man Legends style, I'm actually going to make his hand bigger. Just slightly bigger. So we're gonna do that to make that. The big thing that I always have a problem with is that hands kind of meld into the wrist, but it feels wrong to do that. So we're going to also, if this is, yep. Actually, I think we're going to dissolve that edge first, so that way we're just stuck with the basics. Gonna, not that much. But we are going to skinny it up a bit. Like that, I think. Yeah, thumbs go out, so this is the proper angle. If you're in a T pose and you need to, or if you need to know where like things are, do a T pose on yourself. Thumbs go out of the body. That's how you make sure that you don't have your joints like sort of messed up and looking goofy. Because let's see here, palm kind of bounces out. Actually, do I comic time? Do I have any? Is there any like sort of whack ass? Oh hi person. There's some sort of whack ass post that I can like actually see. Well, there's this. Let's see here. I forget how like screwed up Batman gets in this series, especially year one Batman. Holy, or was this year zero? Zero year. Pardon me. I guess I could keep it like that for now. So let me take a look at it like this. Let me top down this as well. Yeah, I think that's fine, because if we're keeping up with the blockiness of it all, I think this works fine. Maybe I'll lower that down, because that is the palm after all. And then bump that up. So it should look... Why are you doing that? Oh, is it at an angle? It is. Okay. So if I do that, now it'll... Yeah, there we go. I guess as well, if I'm doing this, yeah, it would be more like that. Will probably be like this, more so. This is why I don't like hands. I made one hand. I have been using it ever since. The only person that I haven't done that with is Fiend, because Fiend doesn't have hands. Now this part, super easy, and I overcomplicated it with the inclusion of these little points here. I'm gonna still use these angular points here. but so basically what you're doing here, right? We bring out here, let me go into here, bring out a cube, I'm gonna shrink it down over, gonna bring it up to here, bring it in, going to zoom it in like this, bam, gonna duplicate it this many times, make them bigger to match each knuckle, so that way it fills each one accordingly from top to bottom. It doesn't have to be exact. Like I know, okay, check it from here. Okay, looks fine. We're going to now bring these up. Give or take. We're going to then as well bring this up here. Oh, this looks so weird. I might actually, here. We're gonna do a little bit of a migration here. I'm gonna make his hand a bit longer, his palm and all that other whatnot bit. Actually, is there anyone in chat that I could talk to? No, it doesn't look like it. Everyone's playing D&D right now, and my other ally is AFK. We're gonna do this just to see something here. Hello, Batman hand. Or Batman. We're gonna hide that. Because I want to see... Yeah, let's bring this in a smidge. Slim it down a bit. Yeah, slim it in a smidge. There we go, that looks a bit better. Okay, anyways. We're gonna delete that now. So back to this here, right? You're gonna just extrude these out, like so. Actually, hang on. Extrude these out. I don't know what Batman's fingers look like, so I'm just gonna go off of what mine vaguely look like. So we're gonna do... Oh. My ring is slightly bigger than my index. Interesting. Just like that. Going to just push it a bit further. Then we're gonna do this. Going to loop tool to the number of loop cuts being 2. I'm gonna grab all the loop cuts. Going to Control B to bool them out just a little bit. And then you're gonna delete your faces. And you're going to Control Select and then cap them. Or not Control Select, Alt Select, excuse me. I'm gonna Alt Select and cap them all off. We're gonna take a flip over here. Let's see here. Yep, this looks like all of these segments are done. So we're gonna hide that. Gonna look here. Gonna look here. Scanning, scanning, scanning. Okay, these are fine. Hide those, take a look at your last ones, and then there you go. So we're going to Alt-H those, and congratulations, you've made fingers. Well, hang on. No, you didn't. We're going to change them up a little bit. I spread misinformation on a daily basis. Like, no, you can keep them like this if you want to. I'm going to at least... gonna 0.8, I think. So that way you get like the actual fingertips. And then bring those out slightly so you can get the... Actually, no, it would probably be the tops of them so you can get like the fingernails, like so. So yep, now you can hide those. There you go. Now the thumb, pretty easy. You can actually just take the end segments of one of these and just jam it in like that. There's probably more to it than that, but that's just how I do it. And then... that's still gonna bother me. How, like, thick that area is. Let's try to fuck around with it just a little bit more. There we go. I think I got it now. Cool. Something doesn't seem right about this. What is it? Maybe it's just this angle looks off because it looks like it's... wow. Like it's bop, wop, wop. Let me make that even. There we go. Alright. He's almost done modeling phase-wise. When the modeling phase is done, I'm gonna call it a break for probably the night. Work on the writing, because yes, I am actually writing this while I'm modeling here. So, yep, all we gotta do is the boots. The boots are the easiest part. The shoes have always been the easiest part. So all you do, you get a cube, shrink it on in, move it accordingly. Realize that you didn't do it in this layer, so you do it again. Get a cube, shrink it down, move it over, shrink it in some more, bring it in, blow them a bit, move them over. This part's more of like a dance, if you will. Just trying to find the right angles and everything like that. Now this is more important part here. Just make sure that whatever you do, your feet stay on plane with the bounding box, because the bounding box right here is matched up to the floor like that. So it should look like that, which is good. Which is good, 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 good. Keep it like that. About here. Delete those faces. Delete those faces. Maybe like right there. They kind of curl in a bit too, so let's... I can do better than that. Because there's something wrong. Let me bring up the... Let me bring up Jaws' shoes. Because Jaws' shoes are basically what I've been using for a while now. Not necessarily like as... Actually, Felix's shoes might be easier to replicate with this instead. So what do I do with Felix's shoes here? Actually, no, not. Let's Alice. Alice is wearing like flats, so this will be. Okay, so the problem here that I'm having, that needs to be flat. This needs to be brought in more. Bring that to the right there. Like that. Bring it in like that. Actually, no. Let me actually... Maybe I bring this in a bit. Yeah, it looks really flat. Maybe it's because of his height, actually. So let me... Oh, wait. Oh, no. Let me do something terrible. Ah. Oh, that's not bad. Cool. I mean, hey, if that's the only one I need to Alt-N for now, that's fine by me. I'm good. I'm good. There we go. Back to the feet here. Oh, right. Ugh. What's going on with the Batman? His head. I will fix that in just a second. We're gonna shrink that down a smidge. Like that. There we go. His shoes don't... Well, I guess I can... Yeah, I could do that. Let's keep it blockier, why not? And then what I could also probably do is that, maybe. I could do that. Because that doesn't... No, it does. Yeah, let's keep that depth. Okay, so with that, let's figure out what's going on with Batman here. Oh, I see. So, I'll probably explain this in the video. But essentially what's going on here is that there's these things called normals. That's what these are, right here. And to make sure that they aren't going inside of themselves, you gotta just select it. Select, what is it? There's also this right here. You could do too. I just use the shortcut, and then you just flip the normals, and that's it. Okay, final things I need to do is apply. So now we have that. We apply. And there we go. We have successfully modeled Batman. The cape, I will probably do that in another segment because I think the cape is going to need a lot more time and effort put into it since it is something I haven't necessarily done before. So I will keep you all up to date with that. But until then, I think that's going to do it for this segment. And I think, at least in terms of the recording, because it is now 10 p.m. Where I am, I'm going to call it quits for modeling, and I will catch you guys for the texturing phase.